they go to school then.
Yeah.
Reinforced
Yeah.
by the teachers. And so then if you've seen it on TV as a kid, and like you said, that's considered like a superpower, you want to be like that, well, then you get these radical leftist teachers that are reinforcing it in school, and schools are a position of authority. And one thing I've always thought about, too, is like parents, unless they're really engaged with what's going on in their kid's classroom, and they probably have no idea. I mean, what 5-year-old is going to remember, or 7-year-old is going to remember everything that happened in their day or that their teacher did, and then go home and tell the parents? So, I mean, you have no idea what's going on in these schools. Yeah,
well, I found out a month ago, I think, I found out that when I have 2 kids, I found out one of my daughter's teachers is gay. And I said, well, how do you know that? And she said, well, he talks about his husband. And, you know, under Barack Obama, that wouldn't have been possible.
No.
You know, Joe Biden is the one who forced Obama to come out and say he supported gay marriage. But until then, no American president had.
I think we have a video of a teacher complaining that he can't talk about his gay relationship.
Yeah. So okay. So let's throw to that. Let's pull the teacher. That's the MSNBC tweet.
You know, my kids do have questions. They want to know who my partner is in pictures outside of my classroom, and I should be able to speak to that.
So do you worry that you won't even be able to talk about your own personal home life? I mean, I have a child in kindergarten right now. I know exactly that my child has 2 teachers, one of which has a daughter at home and is single. The other is married and has 4 children. I know everything about their lives because my kid tells me.
Absolutely. You are 100% correct. That's what we do as educators. We build relationships with our kids. And in order to build relationships, you talk about your home life. You talk about what you do on the weekends. That's building community. It scares me to death that I am not going to be able to have these conversations with my children.
It scares him to death. Sorry, go.
Well, I was going to say, you can continue, but there is some alarming language in there. He says, my children.
My children.
These teachers view your kids as theirs.
Yeah.
Like they are property of the school,
of the state.
They do not view them as your children. And this has been the language the left has used, I mean, for years now, that your kids are their property and they're not the parents. This is why they desperately don't want parents involved in education.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why they don't want parental education and bills of rights going through. That's why they act. The weirdest thing, they act appalled. They literally act appalled when parents want a say in the knowledge that is transmitted to their children. And that's the point of education. And by the way, the point of education is not to build a personal relationship with your students. Now, if you're a really good teacher and some kind of a connection there develops, great, but it should not be a personal connection.
No.
I loved Mr. McBride growing up. He was the best history and government teacher ever. I knew next to nothing about his personal life. I did know he had a wife. I knew he had 2 kids, and I remember him telling a story about when he was growing up. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And I loved the guy, and that stuff was not what made me love him. I loved him because he made history come alive. This is not about building some kind of weird personal relationship with 5-year-olds.
It's very strange.
Who has a personal relationship with a 5-year-old?
Does this
You're supposed to transmit knowledge. That's what this is about.